Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Who's going to win this fight? Well, first of all, who's going to win this fight? Let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Conor Benn fought Peter Dobson, in which Conor Benn started out very fast, landing some great combinations, took control of the whole entire fight, and Conor Benn won by decision.
Conor the Destroyer!
And after this, Conor Benn wanted to fight Chris Eubank Jr., in which both started out very fast until Conor Benn rocked Chris Eubank Jr. in round 3.
And again, and Conor with a left hook!
But then both went back and forth, both landed some great shots, but Chris Eubank Jr. won by decision.
Chris Eubank Jr.
Now let's take a look at Chris Eubank Jr.'s latest performances, in which he fought Kamil Sharameta, in which Chris Eubank Jr. dropped Kamil in round 1.
Eubank Jr. sharp.
Chris Eubank Jr. then dropped Kamil Sharameta in round 6.
Not a lot of effort there. Obviously that
Chris Eubank Jr. then dropped Kamil twice, and the rest ain't enough and stopped the fight in round 7.
Hey! Boy, that's got it. And they will wave it off.
And after this, Chris Eubank Jr. went on to fight Conor Benn, and you motherfuckers just heard what happened. Both went to war, but Chris Eubank Jr. won by decision.
Now, I'm going to be honest, this rematch doesn't seem to have nowhere near as much hype as it did the first time, so I'm hoping that the lack of hype is made up by both men's performance in the ring. So let's talk about how this fight's going to play out. Well, here's the thing. In the first fight, Conor Benn did really well. He was landing some great shots, but towards the mid to late rounds, that's where both men began to actually fight. And not only was Chris Eubank Jr. outboxing Conor Benn, but he was having the better moments, but it was still a very good fight. So in this rematch, I'm really curious if Chris Eubank Jr. is going to be able to perform the same way he did in the first fight, or even better. And the reason I question him and not Conor Benn is simply because he is the older fighter. Yes, he's got the skill, speed, timing, and decent power, but Conor Benn is the younger, hungrier, quicker, and more dangerous fighter. So the way I see it is that if Chris Eubank Jr. is struggling with keeping Conor Benn at range and picking his shots, he's going to be in trouble, because that means Conor Benn is going to be the one in control, controlling the pace of the fight, landing the better shots, and ultimately having the better moments. And in that case, we will see a crazy fight with a lot of action, but there's no doubt that Conor Benn will be the one taking the win. So in the end, I got Conor Benn winning this fight. Now, the first time they fought, I had Chris Eubank Jr. winning, but this time, I don't think Eubank will be able to do enough to take the win. It might be close if Chris Eubank Jr. can use his size and reach advantage to pick apart Conor Benn, land the cleaner and more significant shots, and just outclass him for the majority of the fight, but I don't see this happening. I believe Conor Benn will be the more dominant fighter, and Chris Eubank Jr. won't be able to handle him.